안녕하세요 여러분 반갑습니다. Hello, welcome to our live class today. 안녕하세요 여러분. And if you are joining, thank you so much for joining for the live class in real time. And if you're watching a recorded version of this live class, thank you for watching. And you can also look at the timestamps later when we add them to go to the specific portion of the live class. And today we are talking about upgrading your Korean vocabulary through stories. 이야기를 통해서 한국어 어휘력을 키우는 방법에 대해서 이야기할 거예요. So again, that sentence, I said it in English and then also in Korean. We're talking about upgrading your Korean vocabulary skills. 어휘력을 키워요. 어휘력. I just whistled by chance. 우연히 휘파람을 불었어요. 휘파람. This is an interesting word. 어휘력. 어휘 is vocabulary. 력 is power, skills, your skill level. 어휘력을 키우다. 키우다 is to make something grow, something, becomes bigger, and you made it go big. So 어휘력을 키우다, to improve your Korean vocabulary. So 어휘력을 키우는데 you are improving your Korean vocabulary. 뭘 쓰냐면 what are you using? 이야기를 통해서 through stories, by way of stories. 안녕하세요. Let me read some comments. So if you are here to learn some Korean, it is a very good idea to try to comment in Korean, starting with 안녕하세요. Warm up your fingers, warm up your mouth, your Korean pronouncing muscles. 안녕하세요. Warm up by saying 안녕하세요. So KD 타타유 안녕하세요. And Zero 안녕하세요. JD Cat 안녕하세요. Pink 나니 그 다음에 JMT 안녕하세요. Trevon 안녕하세요. 실력 is power or ability in this case. 실력. 안녕하세요. Emily, Iris, 하빈, 소피아, 몽베베 안녕하세요. 아누. Good morning. So yeah, thank you, Cherry Blossom, Jacqueline. Thanks for tuning in. 오늘은 공부를 할 거예요. 어휘 공부를 할 건데요. So today, the book that we're using in today's live class is actually our relatively recent publication, My First 500 Korean Words, Book 2. This book is green, so I'm sitting in front of a green screen, so it might be keyed out. But I'll show you the inside like this. So yeah, it's a very beautiful book. My first 500 Korean words. We have book 1 and book 2. So in each book, you can learn 500 Korean words and thousands of related expressions and words. And I will give you an example of how you can learn Korean through a story. And also, you might have seen it on our website and also on our other social media channels that we are taking pre-orders from yesterday, starting from yesterday, for this brand new publication, 10-Minute Korean. I am trying to show it to you in the best way possible. So yeah, this is more red than it seems now, so it's like darker red. But anyway, it's called 10-Minute Korean. Because of the light, it's really like bright. Let me try my best. 10-Minute Korean, and what the book is about is it has 50 chapters, and you can learn through a 10-minute session each day. And of course, you can spend more time with each unit, but if you have just 10 minutes or 15 minutes a day to study Korean, this is the best book that you can get now. Every time we make a new book, it's got our knowledge accumulated from our previous books and previous publications into the new one. So, with anything, cameras, phones, computers, the newer ones are always better than the previous ones because it's just, it improves upon previous ones, right? So this is a great book. We have so many tools and stuff that we utilized or experimented with in our previous books. So it's got a lot of elements. You can learn one major sentence or grammar pattern, and then learn through a short conversation. And then you can also do a lot of listening practice and learn some key expressions in this book. I actually left a link in the beginning of the chat, but I'll leave a link down below after this live session is over in the first comment to this book on our website, or you can go to our website, talktomekorean.com/store right now to see more information about this book. But it'll be great for beginner learners and it'll be great for intermediate learners. This has various levels of content, so please check it out. And how to pre-order, it will be sent out on a specific date later this month. But yeah, you can already order it, pre-order it, and for everybody who makes a pre-order, places a pre-order, we are giving a special discount. So please check it out, 20% discount. So that is the book. 이 영상은 나중에 볼 수 있을까요? Yes, you will be able to see this video, watch this video as a recording on our channel right here. So if you have to go somewhere, please don't go, but if you have to go somewhere during the live class, don't worry, you can come back and study with the rest of the video. 콜롬비타 says, 저는 너무 충동적이어서 뭐든 다 사고 싶어요. Let me take a screenshot of this here. Yep, 저는. And sometimes when you leave comments like this, I will also, you know how I do my live streams, right? I like to, let me see if I can move it, yeah. I like to introduce some of your comments, many of your comments, and if there are good words that you use or good sentence patterns that you use, I want to use that to help other learners, your fellow learners, learn more expressions. 저는 너무, too, or very, 충동적. 충동적 is like you do something on, impulsively. Or yeah, impulsively, 충동적으로. What's a good word for 충동적? Yeah, suddenly, right? 뭐든 다 사고 싶어요. Whatever it is, I want to buy all of it. And Stones223 just bought it. Thank you. Thank you for purchasing it. Why did I choose this white background? It's because I am using this screen where I'm typing, and yeah, we'll see if other colors work better in the future. Yeah, impulsive buying. Impulsive buying is, yeah. 충동 구매 is impulse buying. Because 충동, it's a Sino-Korean word and it's 2 syllables, and because of that, you want to pair it up with another 2-syllable word. So 구매, you can say 충동 구매를 했어요. I made an impulse buy, impulse purchase, or 충동적으로 샀어요. If you want to use the native Korean word 사다, you can't say 충동 샀어요. It might sound like you bought something called 충동, so you want to use this word instead, this adverb, 충동적으로. So 충동 is the impulse that you feel. Yeah. Benazir Mandal, hello, I always love these classes. Thank you. I always love your participation, everyone. 감사합니다. I will come back to some of your comments. I see really good sentences, but for now, let's focus on today's study material, which is, again, my first 500 Korean words, book 2, and let me show you the inside. So this book consists of several days that you can study with, like these are all units, and on day 22, I specifically chose day 22 because it has some really interesting words that you can benefit from. And day 22 has these 10 words that are introduced as the key words. So 청소기, can you try to type the translation for each of the words, each of the 10 words that I am showing you? I will not give you the translation yet. So can you translate this. 청소기, 제품, 검색하다, 딱, 판매하다, 퍼센트, 할인, 가습기, 무료, 환불. So any of these words, can you offer a translation? Okay, cleaning. Cleaning is 청소. Okay, 청소 is not one of the words. 청소기 is a vacuum cleaner. Okay. Okay, percent. And oh, Xiao, hello. 10 years ago, my friends and I met you in Seoul for a book signing. Yeah, I remember those book signing events that we had before. We haven't had book signing events in a long time, but thank you for remembering and thank you for coming to meet us that day. Was it at a coffee shop or was it at a bookstore? We've done, some book signings in various places, so I'm curious. Okay, so searching, percent, to sell, 검색하다. Okay, good. And I see chicken, 닭, this word is not the same as 닭. Okay, very, very interesting. So I don't know how to say not equal, but 닭. It's different, right? Interesting coincidence, I would say, depending on how you pronounce it. 닭 is chicken, rooster. 딱 is just so, or like tightly. Okay, let's look at the next page. So after you check the vocabulary words for the unit for that day of your study with the book, this book is my first 500 Korean words. You can see it on the first page of our store if you go to talktomekorean.com/store. So 닭 and 딱 are not the same. And I have to remember that whenever I'm like typing something, I show you the text editor screen and I'm showing you the book. I have to switch back and forth. So if you see me not remembering to do that, please let me know. Like when I'm typing, say, show me the typing, show me the text. And when I'm talking about the book content and I'm not showing you the screen, let me know. All right, and then the next page is this one. So on the next page, this is book 2 for intermediate learners. So if you already finished the beginner level, you can definitely go to study with this book, even if you don't feel like you are officially in the intermediate level. So unlike in book 1, where we give you the story in English only and then just give you the keywords in Korean, like this portion over here, 청소기를 사야 하는데 어떤, this portion will be gone. It will be omitted in book 1. The book 1 will only have 청소기, 제품, the big font words, here, over there. 검색하다, 판매, and my hand can't go through. Anyway, the big words, but in book 2, we show you the actual story from the beginning so that you can also study with it if you want. So, 청소기를 사야 하는데, let me just read the whole story first. You can see the translation, right? Let me make it a little bigger so that you can see it more clearly. Let me read it, the Korean portion. 청소기를 사야 하는데, let me just give you the book title, My First 500 Korean Words, Book 2. This is my first 500 Korean Words, Book 2. This one. 청소기를 사야 하는데 어떤 제품을 사는 게 좋을까? I don't know if you can't see my computer cursors, but yeah. 청소기를 사야 하는데 어떤 제품을 사는 게 좋을까? 나는 인터넷에 청소기를 검색했다. 첫 번째 청소기는 딱 오늘 하루만 99,000원에 판매하고 있다. 두 번째 청소기는 20% 할인을 하고 있다. 그 청소기를 사면 가습기를 무료로 준다고 한다. 두 제품 다 환불은 안 된다. 어떤 것을 사야 할까? 정말 고민이다. Yeah. So, do you understand what's going on here? You're trying to buy the writer, the person here of the story is trying to buy a vacuum cleaner, 청소기. Vacuum cleaner in full is 진공 청소기. So, 진공 청소기. So, 진공 is vacuum, 청소 is cleaning, and 기. Whenever we like use the hyphen, it means it's supposed to be like right next to the previous word without space. So it's like glued to there's no spacing before the word. 청소기 is this is device or tool. So 진공 청소기 is a vacuum cleaner. Okay, 진공 청소기를 사야 하는데 I have to buy a vacuum cleaner. 어떤 제품 is product. 나는 인터넷에 청소기를 검색했다. 검색 is search, right? 청소기는 딱 첫 번째 청소기는 딱 오늘 하루만 99,000원에 판매하고 있다. So this is the story, and then what you see on the next page is this one. So what you do is you study with the words themselves. And in book 1, we give you related words and expressions like collocations. So collocations mean what is the word that you think of immediately when you see 청소기? Like, can you actually give me some examples? When you think of the word vacuum cleaner in your language or English or Korean, what verb do you think of in association with the word? What verb can come to your mind right away? 청소기, maybe you can say to use a vacuum cleaner, to turn on a vacuum cleaner, right? To clean with a vacuum cleaner, those things. So those are collocations, words that are commonly used along with the certain word that you're using or learning. So in Korean, I can think of words like 청소기를 돌리다. Are you familiar with this expression? 청소기를 돌리다? 돌리다. Yeah, 청소기로 청소하다. Did Talk to Me in Korean use the vocab from book 1 into the book 2 stories? Many of the words from book 1 were also used in the stories, like in the rest of the stories around the keywords, the new keywords of book 2. But like there's no easy way to see, okay, this word in the story that is not highlighted is from book 1. There's no clear link, but many of the words were actually used in the stories of book 2. Yeah. 청소기로 청소하다, 사용하다. But this is also a very common verb that you use in association with 청소기를 돌려요. 전자레인지를 돌려요. 돌리다 means to spin, make something spin, 돌려요. This is the book that I showed you. You can spin it like that, 돌리다. 돌다 is to spin, rotate. 돌리다 is to make something spin. It's a causative verb, 돌리다. You can add 이, 히, 리, 기 after the verb stem of many words to make the causative version of many verbs, and 돌리다 is like that. And because when you can imagine or see a motor inside, like spinning in a certain electronic device, you usually say 돌리다. 청소기 돌려요. 선풍기, an electric fan, 선풍기 돌려요. 전자레인지, when you think about the microwave, it spins and it's got motors inside, right? So 돌리다. So yeah, when you this is something that I like to explain, and thank you, Elizabeth, for saying that you make things make sense and crying. Thank you so much. This is my way of learning and teaching. So that's why I'm giving you a lot of extra information to remember things better. If you understand something like comprehensively, overall, you don't have to memorize as much. 세탁기, yeah, you can say 세탁기를 돌려요. So you can often hear you can hear people saying 누가 밤 11시에 세탁기를 돌리고 있어? Like you go home at 11 p.m. and like there's a washing machine going off really loudly. 누가 밤 11시에 세탁기를 돌리고 있어? It's too loud for the neighbors. You can say 돌리다. Any machine that you can see any part like spinning. Yeah. You can also say cameras rolling, right? Like you say that phrase in English. Cameras rolling. 카메라 돌고 있어요. You don't say 돌리고 있어요 in Korean. You say 돌고 있어요. The camera itself is spinning and the traditional cameras that has spinning parts. Yeah, so 돌리다. So in what we were talking about is in book 1, because it is more appropriate for beginner level learners to see related expressions, we just give you related expressions in this column. But for intermediate learners, rather than related expressions, you can look those up in the dictionary on your own also. We thought it is more valuable, we can give you more value by giving realistic sample sentences. So you can really trust most or all of the sample sentences that we provide in our books to be very realistic. By the way, this is our 45th publication, 45th, including this book. We have 45 books that are currently published and available on our website, on our online bookstore. And we have reduced the shipping rates for many regions. This was many months of work. It took us many months to figure that out and actually make things work. Warehouses, new agencies, and stuff like that. But anyway, we want to make things easier for you so that you can learn Korean better. 한국어를 여러분이 더 잘 배울 수 있게, 더 쉽게 배울 수 있게 노력하고 있어요. 그래서 네, 여러분 저희 책 많이 이용해 주시고 we are having a sale going on. It ends next week. Really, only a few days left, 5 days left or so. So please check it out. And also this book, it's only available for pre-orders right now. But if you get it as a pre-order, you can also save 20% off the book. And we have 2 other bundles that contain this book. So yeah, please check out our website after this live class is over. Yeah, the sample sentences are going to be there. 청소기. Instead of going into details about every single word, let me just explain some interesting words, specifically interesting words. And I saw this comment from Nick. Hey, Nick. Let me just share this comment. Haha, and I'm going to remember to switch to the other screen. Haha, good job. Me. Anyway, because I forget this so often. Nick teacher. Hey, Nicholas. I missed the Hongdae Cloris language exchange. Yeah, those were some good times. I used to host weekly, sometimes twice a week, language exchange meetups called Language Cast. It started in 2007 or 8, so yeah, 15 years ago. A lot of people came to join that meetup. A lot of people actually got married through that meetup. And so yeah, brings back some good memories. Thank you for reminding me of those good times. And this one is interesting, right? 딱 is just, exactly, precisely. It sounded like 닭 maybe in the beginning when I said it. 딱 한 입만 먹고 그만 먹을 거야. 딱 한 입만 먹고 그만 먹을 거야. I'm going to take just one more bite and stop eating. a very realistic sentence, not a very realistic promise. 문장은 굉장히 현실적인데 약속으로서는 현실적이지 않죠. Most people fail miserably when they say this. 딱 한 입만 먹고 그만 먹을 거야. Like, this is my last bite. Really, this is my last bite. And then like 4 bites later, there's no food left. 이제 다 먹고 음식이 없죠. 네, KD 타타유 우리 선생님 이 색 딱 어울리시네요. 이 색이 딱 저한테 어울려요. Yeah, this is like it's got a little green in it, so it's a little grayish right now. But yeah, and K-pop dance India. Don't worry, this live class will be available as a recording just a couple minutes after it's over on YouTube here. The same link, you can visit the same link, and then you can see the recorded version in full. So 딱 맞아요. So you can say 딱 맞아요. It fits perfectly. And 딱 is also the sound that you hear, like 딱 when you flick somebody's like wrist after a game or something like that. 딱 소리가 나요. 딱 소리가 it made a 딱 sound and 딱 좋아요. When the temperature is just right, when like the atmosphere, the design is just right, 딱 좋아요. Like how salty or how appropriately salty something is, 딱 좋아요. 지금 간이 딱 좋아요. Yeah, this 간 is not the same as 간, the liver, the organ that you have in your body. It's not 간, it's 간. 간이 딱 좋아요. Yeah, so this is how salty something is. This 간 here, this 간 means how much salt a food has. Yeah. It's 간. So you can say 간이 안 맞아요. 너무 싱거워요. So you can say things like that. Like for example, if you say you need more salt, you can say 간이 안 맞아요. 너무 싱거워요. It's like too bland. All right, so that is 딱. What's a good word that I can introduce? 판매하다, it's fairly easy, like to sell. And then the next, maybe this one. Next page, 가습기. 가습기 is a humidifier. Can you tell me, do you use humidifiers in your country? 가습기 쓰세요? Do you use humidifiers? 가습기? I know many countries around the world share the same kind of complex weather situation as Korea. And in Korea, as you know, the seasons can be very different from each other like throughout the year. 한국은 계절에 따라서 날씨가 정말 다르잖아요. 네. 한국은 계절에 따라서 depending on the season, 날씨가 the weather 정말 달라요. 다르잖아요. By saying 다르잖아요, I'm saying you know it is different, right? So I'm asking for some agreement, which 다르잖아요. This 잖아요 also comes from 지 않아요 originally, right? 지 않아요. So 지 않다 is to not be, right? And you're saying 다르지 않아요 as a question originally, but over time it has kind of evolved and taken the meaning of, you know, right? So 날씨가 정말 다르잖아요. 그래서 네, Nick, exactly. 딱 제가 하고 싶은 말이었어요. 딱, exactly. So yeah, and many people when you say 가습기, I'm talking about this because many of my personal friends, they're like, what on earth is a humidifier? You only need a dehumidifier. So 가습기 and 제습기. In Korea, in the in the summer months, it can be really humid, so you need 제습기. So 습 is 습도, humidity. And 습해요, 습하다, to be humid. So it's like, oh, it's humid, hot and humid. 덥고 습해요. It's hot and humid. This 습 is a Sino-Korean word based on Chinese, and 하다 is added there to mean to be humid. And 습도 is how humid something is. This 도 means the level of something. And 가 is adding. So it's also a 한자 word. By the way, if you want to learn 한자, we have a great book, and you can learn to recognize many 한자-based words without learning the 한자 characters. You don't have to learn Chinese to learn the 한자 aspect of the Korean language. And just knowing the 한자 words will dramatically improve your Korean. 제 means, so 제 is 제거하다, to eliminate. It's the same kind of eliminate that you see in like 007 spy movies, like 제거해, eliminate him, you know. So you hear the same kind of vibe. So 제거하다 is to eliminate, to delete, and 제거하다, 제습. So you can see the relation here. You eliminate humidity machine. 가습기 is you add humidity machine. So in the summer, you need a dehumidifier because if you take a shower and leave the bathroom door open and it's humid, the humidity will go into your closets, and because the air will be humid all day long, the clothes can get damaged, there can be mold here and there, so people always have like dehumidifiers, 제습기. And like in summer in my closet room, when we keep the dehumidifier running for like 3 hours, after a couple days the water tank is like literally filled with water. 진짜 제습기를 이틀, 3일 정도만 쓰면 물이 이만큼, 물 탱크에 이만큼 가득 차요. 네, 그래서 그게 제습기가 필요하고, in the winter it's so dry and it's like children's rooms especially can get really dry, and children can cough or get a cold. So we always have 가습기 in the winter, 제습기 in the summer. So many like things, there are so many things that you need to buy in order to just live in Korea. Yeah, in Korea you need both. What word 가 come from? So 가 is adding. So you can say, for example, 가열. 가열하다 is to heat up, like to boil. You boil water, 가열해요, and then eventually it will boil, like 끓어요. 가열 is, so 열 means heat, 가 is add heat, 가열. Or 가 is basically, 가 means in many situations, many words, add. Okay, let's look at another word. 환불. 환불 is a refund, 환불. And then let's go to the next page. So here what you want to do, what you can do in this page is you see the story again and then actually fill in the blanks with the key words from this story. So what I'm going to do is read the story like this by filling in the story with English words. So I'm going to actually read the whole thing. In the blanks, I'll say the English word. I'll have you think about the Korean word. Even though this was not a proper study session for you, you didn't, see this word. Many of these words were new to you. But just think about it, okay? Vacuum cleaner를 사야 하는데 어떤 product를 or product을 사는 게 좋을까? 나는 인터넷에 청소기를 searched. Can you think of some words? Searched. If it's fine if you can't think of the words right away. Just a practice. This is something that you can do when you're studying on your own with this book or something like that. And then 첫 번째 청소기는 just 오늘 하루만 99,000원에 selling 고 있다. 두 번째 청소기는 let me show you the book right here. 두 번째 청소기, my first 500 Korean words. 두 번째 청소기는 20, this is easy, percent 디스카운트를 하고 있다. 그 청소기를 사면 humidifier, not the same, humidifier를 for free로 준다고 한다. 두 제품 다 refund은 안 된다. 어떤 것을 사야 할까? 정말 고민이다. Yeah. So let's go to the first page where the story is visible. So here's the answer. 청소기 사야 하는데 어떤 제품을 사는 게 좋을까? 나는 인터넷에 청소기를 검색했다. 검색 is searching. 첫 번째 청소기는 딱 오늘 하루만 판매하고 있다. 두 번째 청소기는 20% 할인을 하고 있다. 그 청소기를 사면 가습기를 무료로 준다고 한다. I skipped the price, I think. 두 제품 다 환불은 안 된다. 어떤 것을 사야 할까? 정말 고민이다. In this story, which vacuum cleaner, which 청소기 should this person buy? What do you think? You cannot get a refund on either of the products. And the second one is 20% off, and it also adds a humidifier for free. It doesn't say the price here, but it must be more expensive than the first one because that's why it must be an issue. 딱 오늘 하루만 99,000원 because vacuum cleaners are typically not as cheap as 99,000원, 99,000 won. It's more expensive. 더 비싸죠? 네, 어떤 걸 사야 될까요? 어떤 제품을 사야 될까요? What do you think? So that is the story, and then if you finish the story, what you can do is you can solve this crossword puzzle, which is really simple, like it's more simple than usual crossword puzzles, and then you can fill in the blanks with the Korean words that match its English translation. Let's do it together. Discount. What is discount? Can you see the answer? Number one. Write the answer for number one. What is discount? Choose out of these. Is this one of the new books? Yes, this is one of our newer books that we published this year. My first 500 Korean words, book 2. It's a sequel to our really popular My First 500 Korean Words, book 1. Okay, we got an answer from Nick. Discount is 할인. Yes, 할인. And number 2, what is humidifier, everyone? Okay, there's a little delay in me being able to see your comments. So that's why, 할인. And 할인. Humidifier is, yes, 가습기. 가습기 is a difficult word to pronounce at first. Practice saying it with me. 가습기. Because, when you say 가습, when you have the piup sound and then you have the following key, 가습기, in Korean, you don't open your mouth to pronounce the b sound like clearly. You don't say 가습기. So that's why when you say it really quickly, it sounds like 가습기. Okay, and then refund. How do you say refund in Korean? Just by typing here, you can reinforce your knowledge, even if you know the word. Refund in Korean is, 환불. 환 is to go or to return, to send back. 환불. This is, yeah, 환불 is also from 지불. 지불. You send back the payment. 지불하다. And then percent is easy. percent. So I know with many Konglish words, it's easy to remember, like how to say percent. Let me just switch to this screen. So really quickly, let me touch upon this. These are 4 really easy Korean words to remember because they are the same as English words. Percent, bus, card, tennis. And in our Hangul course, like there's a Hangul course on our website. You can, if you have a friend, like obviously you know, all of you know Hangul because you're typing in Hangul. But if you know somebody who wants to learn Korean and start with Hangul first, that's the course that they can take because it's really well made, I think. I'm the teacher there. But in the course we say like to turn anything into Konglish, you can add the sound because in Korean, you're not supposed to be able to pronounce a consonant as a standalone sound. You can't say like, you know, if you see this, or if you see this, you can't, like, what sound does it make? If somebody says that, you're like, you know, but you're not supposed to say it because it's not like accurate. It's a j sound and it has to be accompanied by a vowel to make it actually make sound, like 저 or, you know, 조 or something like that. Even with this, 사 or something like this, right? So we say add to make a standalone consonant make a certain sound and you can become a Konglish word. But a lot of learners actually overdo it. So let me practice with you. You can practice with me in saying these 4 Konglish words naturally, okay? So don't overdo it, just do it just subtly. So let me read the Konglish words really, really naturally in the best natural way possible. Practice after, repeat after me. 퍼센트. It's not 퍼센트, no. And 버스. And it's not 버스. So it's somewhere between what you would imagine it being, like and the English s. So somewhere between 버스. And the natural pronunciation for 카드 is 카드. And not 카드. The stress can never be at the end. 테니스. So 퍼센트, 버스, 카드, 테니스. Yeah. I thought that was necessary. There are many Konglish words that you can use which makes the Korean language more convenient to learn, I think. Yeah, so we went over the contents of day 22 of our book. Again, the color is a little gray here because the background is green. Let me see if I can turn off the green screen somehow. No, it's not. Yeah, filter, chroma key. I don't want to touch this because, okay, yeah. This is the color. It's still really bright. I thought I would be able to show you the true color of the book. Can you? Yeah, it's got like fixed lighting. It's still really bright. But anyway, where to get the book? You can get all of our books on our website at talktomeinkorean.com. Many people watching our YouTube videos and listening to our podcast and also consuming our social media content have not visited talktomeinkorean.com before, so it always surprises me. We emphasize the name of the website, the address so often, but still, if you haven't visited it before, or if you haven't visited it in a while, please take a look around the website. Once you get in there, you'll find yourself staying for a long time. And whenever we have like webinar type sessions, classes on the website for members only, what's really fascinating, you know, is I never shared this data with you, but here on YouTube, because it's YouTube, there's so much you can see. You're you know, even now you're watching me, but then on the side of the screen, you probably see a lot of like suggested videos that are like kind of trying to, you know, lure you into watching them. But on the website, it's just us giving the class. So here on YouTube, whenever a live session is over, the average view ratio, average like watch time is usually like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. People come and go and they come back later. But then on the website, whenever we do a class there, like, which is not often, it's not part of our like, I guess, package, but sometimes we did like this year. The average watch time, if it's a 1 hour class, the average watch time is 1 hour. Everybody stays from the beginning till the end. And so that's the kind of difference that you will experience when you study there. So please check out our website. And 네, turn off the light. I can't reach it. It's just, yeah, you can see the color on the website. Thank you. And I hope this class was useful for you. And I try to offer more like information that you could use. Let me see if there are like questions and comments that I missed earlier, and then we'll call it a day. We're also doing another live class this Friday, which is 2 days from now. It might be Tuesday for some of you. 1 hour earlier than today. So comment time, Q&A time. So this question, hello, what book do you recommend to buy first for beginners? If you are completely new to the Talk to Me in Korean curriculum or the Korean language, I recommend that you study with the level 1, level 2 grammar textbooks. You can see it on the first page of our store and work your way up. Or if you already know some Korean, you can study with any of our vocabulary books. We try to offer many different styles of books. So, but if you're completely new, study with level 1. Where to listen to the podcast? You can search, just Talk to Me in Korean in any podcast platform, and you can listen to our podcast. Derek. In the future, I would love to see you offer short story books, and I hope to be able to share some news about this. We're working on something. That's all I can say now. We're working on something in this regard. Thank you for actually requesting that. And then I am scrolling through the comments. Oh, 네. Excuse me. This is a good question. This question was probably left when I was talking about Hanja-based words. 제 seems to be related to repeating, so I assume it's Hanja too. Yes, you can see 재방송, 재회, 재 has two major meanings. So when you say 재학, 재직, 부재중. So in Chinese it's the same, 在, but in the characters are different. But here this 재 means again. So 재방송 is a rerun of a TV show. So 재방송. I've done a lot of English teaching TV shows before, like many years ago, and they are still rerunning the show. So some people recognize me as their English teacher. So 재방송, like I always, like in the elevator of some buildings, I bump into people, Korean people, telling me, even like last week, I met somebody. 선생님, 영어 수업 잘 보고 있어요. Like, teacher, I'm enjoying your English class. I'm like, 네, 감사합니다. 그런데 그거 다 재방송이에요. 몇 년 전에 했어요. Many years ago. And 재회 is meeting again, reunion. But like meeting, being able to meet someone again, like being reunited, usually after a long time. 그래서 재회, 친구랑 재회하다, something like that. It's a formal expression, 재회. So 재 is like that, and then this 재 means to be somewhere. So 재학 is like being in school. 재직 is being employed. Yeah, like that. 부재중 is not in the office. Not present. Yeah, not in office. Absent from the office, away from office, 부재중. And then 부재중 전화 is a missed call. So this 재 and that 재 are different. How should I prioritize the beginner books? I bought almost all of them. Thank you, Pink. Let me introduce this comment. But now I get overwhelmed trying to fit it in a day. Which should I do first? Try not to do too much at first. If you have our grammar textbooks from level 1, just go from the first lesson to the last lesson in the book. Do not worry about the other books at first. And then I believe in language learning, you should be able to spend as much time as possible. The top priority goal is to secure as much time as possible in the day for the language. If you can study Korean for 1시간, 1 hour, 1시간, that's good. 2시간, that's even better. 3시간, 3 hours, it's really, really good, ideal, I think. More than that, it's maybe too much. But yeah, if you can just study for 1 hour with one book, keep going, and then what will naturally happen is you will like feel curious about how to say that. Oh, I know how to say this. How do I say this? You want to expand, and that's where the other books, the vocabulary books, the idioms book can help you. So yeah, don't try to study like with everything all at once. Here, it's a good question here. The oddest Konglish to me is 배터리. Older native speakers seem to be saying 배터리 instead of 배. Maybe it's a regional dialect. This is important, guys. This is something, a very good observation, Dunbert. Let me try to, this is something that I also like to address to my friends when they say like Konglish words pronounced in a slightly different way. Like 배터리 is the formal standard pronunciation for this word, I believe. And some people say 배터리 like that. So I don't know even how to spell this, but so that's not only a regional dialect. This is how people used to say like 배터리. I think I said 배터리 when I was a little child because I was just mimicking other older people. Of course, the Korean word for that is 건전지. 건전지 is battery. But 배터리. So yeah, 배터리 is used by younger people. 배터리 is used by older people. But that's not all. Like in Korean, when it comes to loan words, foreign words that came into the Korean language, there's a tendency to like use the double consonant for the first, usually the first letter, first syllable of the word. I can't think of a really good example. Like 카페 is like cafe. You can see this in so many Korean words, so many Konglish words, so many like loan words in Korean. People actually often pronounce it as 카페. 카페. A lot of people know the Japanese. This is also not only unique to English words. The Japanese word for an idiot, most Korean people are familiar with the Japanese word for an idiot because of maybe animes or movies, and that's baka, and it's not like it's a clear ba, a soft ba, but then when you ask a Korean person who doesn't know any Japanese, do you know the Japanese word for an idiot in Korean, which is in Korean is 바보, but do you know the Japanese word for it? And they all say 바가, because of this tendency to use double consonants in the first syllable of a foreign language-based word. So 배터리, 배터리. Yeah, so many words are like that. I can't think of many more examples like right now on the spot, but you will see it. Now that you heard me saying that, you will see that so many words are like that. Yeah, 버스. 버스 is pronounced as 버스. People saying 바가 incorrectly instead of the correct baka, the Japanese word for 바보, which is idiot, is not because of the emphasis of the insult. It's just because of this phenomenon. Like 카페, people could pronounce it like that, but they feel more comfortable saying it. I don't know. Like they're just used to it. 카페. 버스 is absolutely possible to say, but people say 버스. I see so many people like pronouncing car names, product names, like using the double consonant, and I personally don't like it, but you see it so often. And will there be a 10-minute Korean ebook? Unfortunately, no. It's only going to be available in paper book format. We've had some issues with many people trying to illegally distribute our books if they are like distributed through like, if they are offered as an ebook. Many people try to copy it and then sell it. They print their own copy and sell it, which is quite bothersome to deal with, like eventually. But yeah, for now, but we are working on other ways that we can offer like similar content or the same content in ebook format in the future. But for now, this year's new books are only available through paper book format. Please, I hope you understand. Am I missing more important questions? I hope not. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining today, everyone. It doesn't mean no more ebooks. We are making more ebooks in the future. We're working on them, but not like the same content, the same book offered in paper book format and ebook format. And you can listen to our podcast by searching Talk to Me in Korean. That's our brand name, website name, right? You can listen to our podcast. Current podcast has a lot of really cool information. I host it with Yeji, and she's on vacation. She's really excited to be on vacation right now. Hi Yeji, if you're watching, I'm sure you're not watching because you should be having fun. Yeah, it's a fun podcast to listen to. I'll be back with another great live class, I hope, this Friday, 2 days from now, 46 hours from now, 1 hour earlier than today. 정말 감사합니다. 오늘도 여러분 한국어 공부 재미있게 하시고 저랑도 공부하셨잖아요. You just spent 1 hour today with me, which also is recognizable as a study session. So you just already filled up 1 hour of your study quota for the day. Good job. 정말 잘 하셨어요. 수고하셨습니다. Yeah, Yeji officially ran away on vacation because of my dad jokes, even though she secretly enjoys it. 그러면 여러분, 금요일에 만나요. 2 days later, and then please visit our website. We're having a sale right now. Go check it out. 그럼 안녕히 계세요. Bye bye.